Live from Salt Lake City, Utah, it's time for a weekly dose of action, surprises, and a whole lot of racing fun. It's our tag team finale this week here on Chao 2017 with your host Brandon Channing. Hello Salt Lake City and a happy New Year's Eve to all of you. Are you ready for some tag team finale action? Yes, we are. And hello dear fans home. Well, as 2017 comes to a close, we like to take this opportunity to thank you for all your support in 2017 and hope to bring you the very best in 2018. Tonight we will find out which 4 teams will represent the playoff seeds in the 2018 Tag Team Playoffs. So without further ado, let's head over to Paul to present the playoff rankings to this date. Paul, take it away. Alright Brandon, here are the official playoff rankings for week 27. As you can see, there's the men's division individuals with Hal Miller currently leading at 19-9. Now for the tag team rankings. As you know, Darrell Reigns and Luke Green have the number 1 seed at this moment, but later on in the race we'll decide if Darrell Reigns and Luke Green or if Vince Dayton and Graham Murray, who currently sits in second place with 7-1, will have the number 1 seed. Garrett Dayton and F1 Kingsley and Kyle Richmond and Bobby Kay will be fighting in the main event to find out who will get the final seed in the 2018 playoffs. And the women's division races are on the bottom of the screen, with Sydney Newton currently leading at 10-3. Back to you, Brandon. So, Paul, it is time to begin our countdown to the new year for race number 1. That's right, and first up this week, for the men's division tag team play, we have Nick Simon and Richard Hasselhoff against Alex Markinson and Williamson. As usual, our races will be held on the Emerald course. And let's head down to the field for the first time this week. Everyone is on the clock, so good luck to the first 2 teams on the quest for victory. Please start the race! Alright, we're on the way with our New Year's Eve show, and it looks like we're winning for the rest. That means Nick Simon and Richard Hasselhoff will have a 2-on-1 advantage over Alex Markinson at the current moment. Everyone's going to enjoy the countdown to the new year, especially for kids who are New Year's Eve. Yeah, New Year's Eve, because they can't stay out till midnight, but they have those New Year's Eve at noon. Anyway, Alex Markinson and Nick Simon are going to be battling for the up in the front, and it looks like they're both heading for the water over number 1. As number 8, who can forget about going to rest, wins the first opening toss of our New Year's Eve show for week 27's action. And right now, poor number 2 is getting left behind in the competition. He's going to be flying down the water. And who gets speed boost number 2 in this race? It is going to be Richard Hasselhoff who gets speed boost number 2 in this race. And look at that, a couple of Civic John going to rest. So Richard Hasselhoff will have a little bit of catching up to do. Right now, it is Alex Markinson who has a commanding lead over Nick Simon and his partner Williamson. As the next speed is made by Nick Simon, now catching up to Alex Markinson. We're passing the 1-minute mark in this New Year's Eve opening race, and right now, poor number 2 is getting left behind of the other third Chao in a hurry. Will we get speed bus? Yes, he will. There he goes with speed bus. I think he needs a lot more help than that, don't you think? Not right now, but later. Meanwhile, Alex Markinson and Nick Simon are battling for the lead heading into the wall, with Williamson right on their tail, catching up to them. We'll also know which team will be able to start off 2018 with a bang. Next BS belongs to number 7, who's trying to take the lead over the 4th third Chao. And right now, poor number 2 really needs some more help. He's going to need a couple more speed busts if he wants to get back in this one. And this is one of them. Will we get some more? We'll find out soon enough. And back in front are 4 superstars on going to rest. Right now it is Alex Markinson, Nick Simon, and Williamson in a 3-way battle for the lead up in the front, heading into the home stretch portion of the course. And it looks like Alex Markinson taunts for one. That means Williamson will have command in the lead. As number 1 will have the next command SPS. Right, that's way to catch up. Right now it is Nick Simon who has the lead over Williamson heading into the goal line, but here comes Alex Markinson with the next command spears, and he takes the lead away from Nick Simon, who is going to be showing down for the ages. And it looks like Alex Markinson is going to hold on Nick Simon with that spears to let Williamson towards victory. Great job! As number 2 will cross on speeders race, making his first speeders of the race. Yes, good speeders by Alex Markinson. That's because help willing to get a victory. Back for race number 2 after these messages. Alright, Paul, now for race number 2. Race number 2 will feature the dazzling aces John Miller and Fred Harrison against the 2015 Rising Stars champion David Howley and his partner Gordon Lambert. Let's take a look at the lineup, and this one will feature the Golden Chao. So they need to bring their A game to win this one, but they should be able to handle it easily no matter what happens. Anyway, let's head down to the field. Everyone is on the clock, so without further ado, let's have a Chao race. Alright, so the Dazzling Aces trying to end the 2017-2018 season with a victory over David Howley and Gordon Lambert. As the 4 Chao make their way towards the palm trees, along with the 4 Golden Chao on this face. Here comes the coconut shaped fruit, and now they're going to eat the fruit. And there they go, missing down the line. David Howley and John Miller are battling firmly up in the front. And who's heading for the water? It looks like John Miller is heading for the water, as the first that gets beat is number 2, who's also heading for the water, along with number 1. Flying down the water and into the water. Now they're going to swim like crazy, heading into the water, as US number 2 in this race. We made by none other than Gordon Lambert, who is way behind over at the bridges, trying to maintain the ground. Right now it is John Miller who has the lead, but number 8 is rapidly catching up to him in a hurry, trying to take the lead away from John Miller up in the front, as the next speed is made by his partner, Fred Harrison, who also Miller needs to catch up to do. Right now it looks like Gordon Lambert is the real deal, who is way behind in competition. We passed the 1 minute mark tag race. Looks like Gordon Lambert really needs some help if he wants to get back in this one. But let's head back to Fred Harrison. Gets a little more help that time, and now he's catching up a little bit. Meanwhile, John Miller has a commanding lead because number 8 is grass. So John Miller will have a little bit of room to rumble, trying to run away from number 8 of the Cowboy. I think his team is going to win this one no matter what happens. Yep. Next PS belongs to the 2015 Rising Stars champion David Howley, who's trying to make the pass to number 8 for 2nd place. And right now, poor number 7 is getting left out of the competition. He's going to need a couple of speed runs if he wants to get back in this one, and this is the first of them, trying to make the pass from a couple of Golden Chao and a couple of opponents. And back with front, it looks like John Miller is pausing for one. That means number 8 will have a little bit of catching him to do, as he and John Miller head into the home stretch. And who will get the next command speed runs as John Miller enters the home stretch? It is going to be Gordon Lambert. That makes his second speed bus to the base. Now trying to make the pass, but there's always next time for Gordon Lambert. John Miller has his face all up the way, so gentlemen. The Dodgers are going to finish a solid season for 2017. As number 1 takes the next command speed bus, you can tell me what up for the Dazzling Aces. John Miller wins this one easily. Number 7 has no hope for surviving whatsoever. And we have just enough time for one more speed rush on this race, and then we may by Fred Harrison, making a total of 3 speed rush race. His team is the winner of this race. That's right, they should be able to come in next season, be sure of that. And it's more exciting coming up on New Year's Eve show after we hear a word from this. Alright, welcome back to our New Year's Eve extravaganza. Who do we have next, Paul? Race number 3 will feature Eric Crosby and Al Holmes taking on Jerry Lang and Evan Shandingo. There's a look at the lineup for this next race. And the fans are all pumping ready to go, and so are 2 teams in this next race. So everyone's on the clock, and let's rock this place! Okay, there goes the 2 teams, and number 1 is Caress, so he will be right behind the crowd. And right now, a couple of Chao are trying to get desperate to get back in this one. The 3 teams are making their way, 2 teams are making their way towards the coconut shaped fruit, and it looks like Evan Shandingo was pausing for a moment. And now they're going to eat the fruit, and there they go. Jerry Lang currently leads over Eric Crosby with Al Holmes right on their tail in 3rd place. And which one of those superstars was heading for the water? It looks like Jerry Lang and Eric Crosby are heading for the water. As number 7, who wakes up from his nap, wins the winning toss this time around. Look at Jerry Lang and Eric Crosby, and Evan Shandingo is joining them right on their tail. It should be an exciting one, folks. As number 1, West Beavers. Number 2 in this race, trying to lead numbers 2 and 7 in the dust. Right now, numbers 2 and 7 are getting left behind in the competition. With number 2, it seems like he's losing the battle for D-Life all the way in the back of the pack. And it looks like number 2 is possible point. As number 1 leads number 7 in the dust with back-to-back speeders. And back with fun as we approach the 1 minute mark sign race. It's going to be a close contest between the Shadow Outlaw Eric Crosby and the wonky top boy Joey Lang up in the front. As the next speeders we made by number 7. That makes sense like a speeders race. He desperately needs to catch up every now and then. Right now, guess who is way behind in the competition? It's number 2. That's who. But who really got the next command speeders? It's Emerson Ningo. That's who. Try lead number 8 left behind for 4th place. Meanwhile, Eric Crosby, Jerry Lang, and Al Holmes are battling in a three-way battle for the lead up in the front. They're going to be heading into wall. Which team will prevail? We'll find out soon enough. And it looks like Jerry Lang is correct. Next place belongs to number 8. And down goes Emerson Ningo. That's going to cause the serious damage. Right now, number 2 is in serious danger. He is getting all alone in last place behind the pack. He's going to need a couple of speeders, and down he goes. He's going to need a couple of speeders to get back in this one, and this is one of them. And right now, Eric Crosby is the first to approach the home stretch, trying to assist Alan Holmes to an easy victory. They're probably not going to come back next season for either team, but I'm pretty sure Eric Crosby and Alan Holmes are going to get a win this week. As number 2, who continues to desperate for help, gets back to Max BS, and look at that, number 1 is going to actually he's going to be left behind Cottage. And Eric Crosby has this race all wrapped up, ladies and gentlemen. Eric Crosby leads Al Holmes to the victory over Jerry Lang and Emerson Ningo. They close out with a win this week, as Jerry Lang, a little disappointed with the loss, will close out the speeders race. Number 2 can just forget about this race. He is going home empty-handed. Alright, so Eric Crosby and Al Holmes take the win. That's right. It's been a great week for Eric Crosby and Al Holmes. Thank you very much. We'll be back in a bit. Do not go away. Alright, Paul, this next race is very important. So tell us why. Okay, race number 4 will feature another rematch from the 2015 Tag Team Championship match, featuring the Days Brothers, Tommy and Kenny, against Howard and Dave on the Miller Traders. So this is another meeting from the 2015 Tag Team Championship, the 7th rematch, as a matter of fact, by the way it looks like it, yep. And if the Miller Traders win this one, they'll be able to reach the Tag Team playoffs for another chance to win the first Tag Team title. Let's see if they can get a chance, or the Days Brothers will spoil their party in this week. Everyone's on the clock, and please start the race! Alright, so as of right now, the Miller Traders are in the playoffs, but the Days Brothers can spoil their party with an upset here tonight. We have a couple of other teams that are currently 5-3 at the current moment, and right now Howard Miller is dancing to the beat, trying to get some attention here. And there goes Dave Miller. He is going to be leading, with Howard Miller going to make the pass to assist Dave Miller for the lead. Looks like the Miller Traders have the upper hand of the two teams because both Days Brothers are dancing to the beat. As Kenny Days wins the winning toss, he is heading for the water. And right now, number 8 is going to rest. Number 8 and number 7 are getting left behind in the competition on the way back in pack. Let's find out who will get Speedbus number 2 in this race. And that Speedbus number 2 in this race was made by number 8, who is trying number 7 over the bridges. And oh no! Look who took a shortcut! It's Kenny Days of the Days Brothers! He might lead to an upset over the Miller Traders! Wow, what a deal! I bet Tommy Days was surprised to see his partner took a shortcut. As number 7, wow, the next contest, yes, Howard Miller really wants to get a spot in the playoffs, but it looks like he's going to need a lot of catching up to do. He wants to catch up to Kenny Days, as Kenny Days' partner Tommy Days takes the next contest, yes, he's surely happy with Kenny Days' shortcut right now. Howard Miller trying to make a Miller statement. He wants to get the Miller Traders back in the playoffs, but I don't think that's going to happen for a while. Kenny Days says we should top of the wall thanks to that shortcut. And who will get the next command speeders? it's number 2, who dominates over the 4th Chao in 5th place. How better hurry up. He doesn't want to miss the playoffs. Well, it's already in the individual playoffs. Try to make one last effort to stay alive. And it looks like Candice will hold on for the lead against Hal Miller. So we're going to see an upset of the year nominee, folks. As number 7 takes the next command appearance. Candice going to post the 5th upset of the year nominee for the Day Sparrows over the Miller Trainers. The Day Sparrows hold on the Miller Trainers to post the 5th upset of the year nominee. What a deal! As number 8 will get his next year's face. The Day Sparrows has spoiled the Miller Trainers' chances of making the playoffs. That was an incredible upset, folks. That definitely deserves for an upset of the year nominee. Well done by the Day Sparrows. As number 7 barely closes out the Steelers for the race. Alright, so the Day Sparrows have done it. They'll be back next season. That's right, and it's one time coming up. Do not go away. Okay, it's an all-go-getter affair in this next phase. That's right, race number 5 will feature the classic go-getters, Antonio Bennett and Christian against the go-getters 2.0. That is Vicky Nelson and Rusty Instant Replay Jackington. Let's look at the line for this race. Let's find out which go-getter team will prevail in this race. Grew up to the 2 go-getter teams on the quest for victory. Everyone is on the clock, and let's rock this place. Okay, there goes the classic go-getters and the go-getters 2.0. Busting down the line through the rainbow path. The fans are cheering on the 2 go-getter teams as they make their way towards the palm trees. And now they're going to bring down that coconut-shaped fruit. The fans are cheering on. And right now the 2 teams are going to eat the fruit. And it looks like Vicky Nelson is dancing to the beat. And there goes Antonio Bennett and Christian Liner. And look at that. The classic go-getters will have the upper hand in the current one, because both members of the go-getters 2.0 are dancing to the beat. And it looks like both members of the classic go-getters are heading for the water. As the first superstar gets beat is Rusty Instant Replay Jackington of the go-getters 2.0. And right now number 8 is getting left behind in the competition all the way in the back of the pack. He's getting left behind as he takes over the bridges. And it looks like he's going to rest. As speed race number 2 in this race, we may by the prototype wizard, Christian Liner. And look at that. Rusty Instant Replay Jackington and score rest. That means the classic go-getters will have come in on the lead for the moment. Right now, Vicky Nelson is trying to desperately to kind of jump in the crowd. As the next BS we made by number 7, who's trying to hold on number 1 for 6th place. Right now, number 8 is getting left behind in the competition all the way in the back of the pack. As we pass the 1 minute mark of this exciting race, who is going to get the next command speed bus? We're about to find out right now. It's number 8, who desperately needs to catch up every now and then. He's getting left behind competition for sure. Meanwhile, the classic go-getters have a smooth lead ahead of go-getters 2.0. But watch out for Rusty Instant Replay Jackington swimming body. That can be a key factor for sure. Next place belongs to number 1, who desperately needs to catch up every now and then. Right now, though, it is number 8, who is way behind in the competition, all the way back in the pack. He might need a couple of speed laps, but he wants to get back in this one for doing this time. But let's head back to number 1. And look at that. He now leads on the 4th switch out of the current one. And it looks like Antonio Bennett and Vicky Nelson are both going to rest. That means Christian Liner will lead for the current one. But here comes Vicky Nelson with the next command speed, trying to take the lead away from Christian Liner. Rusty Instant Replay Jackington is right on his tail. And right now it is Vicky Nelson and Christian Liner who are going to be battling for the lead. And it looks like Christian Liner will have come in on lead for the current one. But here comes Vicky Nelson with back-to-back speeders. And he takes the lead away from Vicky Nelson. And Rusty Instant Replay Jackington is right on his tail. And the Go-Getters 2.0 are our winners, with Rusty Instant Replay Jackington coming in first place. What a deal! So the Go-Getters 2.0 are our winners for this race. That's why only one Go-Getters team will prevail, and it's the 2.0 Go-Getters who win this one. Coming out, there's more exciting action for you, but first have a look at this. Alright, let's symbol up this next race, and then we'll have our Wednesday night break. That's right, race number 6 will feature the third and final chapter of our regular season series for our 2017 Tag Team Title rematch, featuring the defending champions Al Jr. and Chris Monacos against the defending runner-ups, the License of Destiny, Albion Senior, and OJ Upton, or OJ Upton for short. Which one will prepare in the third and final round? We're about to find out right now. Please start the race. Alright, so after each team took home a win in the previous two meetings, let's find out who will make it 2 for 3 in the regular season rematch series. Right on the two teams, I'm here Junior, Chris Finagos, and the License of Destiny are going to shake the palm trees, and now they're going to eat the fruit, and there goes Out Here Junior, the son of the License of Drive. He's going to lead for his team at the Cameron, as the first of the Tigers Peoples is number 2, trying to eat the fruit, and he got a little bit that time. Right Out Here Senior is trying to hold off OJ Upton over at the bridges, and it looks like Out Here Senior and Chris Finagos are both heading for the water. As the US number 2 in this race, we made by OJ Upton, the Slim Jim from Chao Racing 2017, now catching up to Out Here Junior over at the bridges, and right now it is Out Here Senior who leads over the HL in the Cameron, making its way towards the top of the hill, leading for the License of Destiny. Chris Finagos is right on his tail in second place for the defending champs themselves. And who will get the next command speeders? It is Out Here Junior, that's who, the son of the License to Drive. He represents one half of our defending tag team champions. Probably not going to make the playoffs, but they still have a solid season, by the way it looks like. Right now, number 2 is getting left behind on the competition all the way back. Number 1 seems like he also really needed some help. But who will we got in the next command speeders? It is OJ Upton, that makes his second speeders to the race. Meanwhile, his partner, Out Here Senior, has a commanding lead over the Out Here Junior and Chris Finagos. What's going to happen during this race? We'll find out soon enough. Next speeders belongs to number 2. That makes his second speeders to the race. And right now, Out Here Senior is climbing up the wall real quickly. Chris Finagos also has a strong muscle in his favor. He's also climbing up the wall real quickly. And Out Here Senior is squares. As Chris Finagos takes the next command speeders, and he takes the lead away from Out Here Senior. Looks like the defending champions might be able to prevail over the License of Destiny once again. And right now, number 1 is getting left behind, and look at that. A couple of Silver Chao on the rest, which means number 1 will have control of the 4th Silver Chao, as the next speeders will be made by number 8, who takes the lead away from number 1 over the 4th Silver Chao, and OJ up to positive for 1. And right now, Chris Finagos has defended his lead over Out Here Senior, as number 2 takes the next command speeders, and number 1's getting left behind competition. Out Here Junior and Chris Finagos prevail over the License of Destiny. So they have won 2 of the 3 meetings for this regular season rematch series. They done a pretty good job, and they're expected to come back next season. Number 1 can just forget about this race, as number 2, who leaps number 1 at us, closes out the first half of the men's division portion with back-to-back speeders. That brings the total of 4 speeders to the race, and our defending champions can celebrate. That's right, we'll send the second half after we hear word from Nets during a halftime break. Hey folks, welcome back to Chao Racing. As we continue the countdown to 2018, let's send it over to Paul for the second half of the men's division tag team portion. Paul, take it away. Okay, to start the second half of the tag team play for race number 7, we have the 2016 tag team champions, Walter Wilcox and Elmer, in a rematch against Logan the Irish, Steve Langman and Anwar Shante. So this is a rematch from the 2016 tag team title. Let's see what happens here. Everyone's on clock, and please start the race. Okay, let's see what happens here. And it looks like Anwar Shante is going to rest. That means Walter Wilcox and Aaron Miller will have a 2-on-1 advantage over Steve Langman and Cameron. By now, the 3 Chao are going to make their way towards the pathways to bring down that coconut chick fruit, and now they're going to eat the fruit. And it looks like Walter Wilcox is dancing to the beat, and so is Steve Wingman. And there goes Aaron Miller. He's going to have command lead up in the front. Anwar Shante decided to dance with Walter Wilcox and Steve Wingman. So Aaron Miller will have command lead, and it looks like he is going to be flying towards water as Steve Wingman takes the only toss. It looks like Aaron Miller has actually took a shortcut. Good strategy by Aaron Miller. That was a great strategy for Aaron Miller. He decided to take a shortcut, and it paid off wonderfully. So now he has a commanding lead over his opponents right now, as number 2 takes Speedbus number 2 in this race. And Miller currently leads with a shortcut, while Joel Craigson is safely in second place, ahead of number 1, and Ramon Shante. And who will get the next command of Speedbus? We're about to find out right now, as Joel Craigson makes its way towards the hill. It is Steve Wingman who wins the next command of Speedbus. That makes his second Speedbus in the race. And right now a couple of Chao are getting left behind in the competition on the way back. We passed the 1 minute mark in this exciting race. Number 7 and 8 are battling for D-Life, and number 2 is losing the battle. He is getting left behind in the competition. But it's Van Shorte of the Lucky the Irish who will get the next command of Speedbus, trying to catch up to one real quick in a hurry. Right now, Aaron Miller is in the lead, and he's going to rest, but he will still have a commanding lead up in the front. Now he is making his way towards the waterfall, as the next PS wing made by number 7, who's trying to catch up to the other Chao in a hurry. Poor number 2 is getting left behind in the competition all the way back to back. Will he get a speed bus before he hits the wall? It looks like he will be. And now he's catching up to the other Chao in a hurry. And back with front, Walter Olympics going to rest, but his team still has a commanding lead, and look at that, Steve Wingman is going to rest. Well, that's always next time for Iron Savage for Steve Wingman. I died. But it was still a fantastic season for the Lucky Irish. And who will get the next command Speedbus? It is number 1, that's so I catch him Harry. And Aaron Miller rips Walter Gregson towards the victory against the Lucky Irish. His strategy paid off with a shortcut, and they ended the season with a victory. Great job. And we have just enough time for one more Speedbus in this race, and we may by Steve Wingman. A little disappointed with a loss. That makes it first Speedbus in this race, but it's Aaron Miller who leads Walter Gregson towards an easy victory. That's right, and we'll be back with more second action after this, so stay tuned. Alright, Paul, you know what to say for race number 8? I will. Race number 8 will feature the Mailbusters, Chao Pickles and Rusty Williamson against Ryan Christian and Thomas Linguana. And there's Luke and Atlanta for this race. And let's send out to the field once again. Everyone is on the clock, and best of luck to the next 2 teams participating in this week's action. Here we go. Let's rock this place. Okay, there goes the next 2 teams pressing down the line, heading into the Rainbow Path. And like we always say, anything can happen in the Chao Racing universe, especially on our New Year's Eve edition in Salt Lake City, Utah, when we count down to 2018. Anything can happen in 2018 and beyond. And right now, the 4 Chao are going to eat the food, and it looks like some of the Chao are dancing to the beat. And there goes Rusty Williamson. He's going to have the commander lead for the moment. His team has the upper hand because the other 3 Chao are dancing to the beat. And what will Rusty doing? It looks like he is going to be heading for the water. As the first superstar to get Speedbus is number 8, who leads the yellow silver Chao in the dust. And it looks like number 2 is going to rest, so he's going to be left behind in the competition all the way in the back. At Speedbus number 2 in this race, we may by none other than the Male Fusionist himself, the defending champion of Chao Racing 2017, Chao Pickles. But look at this! Thomas Linklater has took a shortcut! After Rusty Williamson had the lead for the moment, Thomas Linklater now has the lead for Ryan Christian. Thomas Linklater is heading into the checkered path, heading into the wall, as the next PS we made by number 7, who is number 1 in the dust. Right now, I guess was getting left behind in the competition all the way back in the pack. It's number 2, that's who. Number 1 seems like he's also left behind the competition, but it's Ryan Christian who gets the next command PS, and his team currently leads the common win because Thomas Linklater has took a shortcut early on, and right now he is heading into the wall, climbing over with all his might and will. I do believe Thomas Linklater scores his Ryan Christian to an easy victory. No doubt at all. Next PS belongs to number 1, and look at that, he takes the lead over 4 Silver Chao for a moment. Right now, it looks like numbers 2 and 7 are battling for D-Life all the way in the back pack. I don't think either one will get Speedbus every now and then. Probably gonna hit the wall first. Yep, the next video is going to be made by Rusty Williamson, a crime buster policeman on the metal busters, trying to make one last effort to stay alive. Right now it is Thomas Winkler, who's trying to wrap things up for Ryan Christian, and it looks like he's going to have a lot of room to rumble ahead of Rusty Williamson. As Chao Pickles, well, in the next command PS, that makes his second speed rest of the race. But Thomas Winkler has this race all wrapped up, ladies and gentlemen. Thomas Winkler leads Ryan Christian towards an easy victory. As number 1 will get his second speed rest of the race, trying to lead over the force to Chao. Number 7 is getting left behind in the competition like always. He has no hope for surviving whatsoever. As the last speed bus of this race will be made by number 2, and that was enough to take the lead over the force of Chao at the last minute. Alright, so with that shortcut, Thomas Winkler leads Ryan Christian towards the victory. That's right, coming out, we have more exciting action for you, but first have a look at this. Alright, Paul, we're still a couple more races away from the main event. So, Paul, who do we have for race number 9? Race number 9 of tag team action will feature the great Louis Charleston and his partner Hunter Brown taking on Jeff Norris, the Success Stew, and a Hammerjack, Frank Fernandao. Let's find out which one of these teams will close out with a W on the scorecard. Here we go. Please start the race. Okay, and it looks like Hunter Brown's going to rest. That means Jeff Norris and Frank Fernandao will have a 2-on-1 advantage over Louis Charleston the Great. And right now the fans are cheering on their superstars, trying to make one last hope to come back next season for Chao Racing 2018. And it looks like Louis Charleston is dancing to the beat, and so is Frank Fernandao. But there goes Jeff Norris. He's going to have the upper hand of the Ford Chao for the moment. And it looks like he's going to be heading for the water, trying to maintain his lead. And who will get the opening toss this time around? We're about to find out right now. It's number 7 who will get the opening toss. He desperately needs to catch up every now and then. And right now it looks like Jeff Norris and the great Louis Charleston are swimming like crazy in the water. As speed race number 2 of this race will be made by now and then Hunter Brown, who only had 2 wins so far in his 2017 season. Right now it is Jeff Norris who has a commanding lead over his partner Frank Fernandao at the come one. As the next PS will be made by number 8, who dominates over the 4-7 Chao at the come one. Right now numbers 1, 2, and 7 are all getting left behind in the competition. As we pass the 1 minute mark, the next PS will be made by number 7. That makes his second PS race, trying to lead numbers 1, 2 in the dust. Meanwhile, Jeff Norris has a commanding lead over the great Louis Charleston to come one as he heads towards the wall. But here comes the great Louis Charleston with the next command speed bus. He wants to make a statement in the early one. He only had 3 wins so far in his 2017 season. And right now, guess who is getting left behind in the competition? It's number 2, that's who. Numbers 1, 2, and 7 are continuing the battle for D-Life all the way back and back. Which one of those 3 will get the next command speed bus? It is number 7. That makes his first speed bus in the race. And back with fun, Jeff Norris is going to rest. That means Louis Charleston will have coming in on the way up in the front. And Hunter Brown will have a little bit of catching up to do, as Jeff Norris will get the next command SPS, trying to take the lead away from Louis Charleston. And look at that. Louis Charleston is possibly more, so Jeff Norris will have full control of the lead for the second time in this race. And who will get the next command SPS as Louis Charleston fights for D-Life? It's number 1 who will get the next command SPS. And look at that. He's going to move around for a couple places because number 7 and 8 are going to rest. And look who made it pass. It's Louis Charleston. He made a statement against Jeff Norris. He's going to get his long-awaited 4th win of the season. The great Louis Charleston holds off Jeff Norris to win Hunter Brown towards the victory. As number 7 will close out the speed race, I think. Yep. That makes his 4th speed of the race. Number 8 can just forget about this race. He is going home. Alright, so the great Louis Charleston has lead Hunter Brown towards an upset. That's right, good upset for them. And there's more exciting coming up. Do not go away. Okay, Paul, that's 9 races down. We got 3 more races to go in the tag team play. That's right, the first of those remaining races will feature, for race number 10, Lauren Finer and Benny Moore against Chuck Dixon and Gary Coles. Which one of these will walk away with a win to close out this season this year? We're about to find out right now. Best of luck to those two teams, and please start the race! Okay, so the next two teams are off and running, trying to end the 2017 season with a victory in the columns this year. And right now the three teams are going to make their way towards the pause race. And it looks like Benny Moore was pausing for a moment. The only three teams ready to eat the fruit, and there they go, busting down the line. Which one of them will come on top, we'll find out soon enough. As the first superstar to get speed this is the Metro Cowboy, Benny Moore, who is heading for the water at the curve, trying to gain some ground in the only one. And one of the silver joggers, and it looks like numbers 1, 2, and 8 are all heading for the water. They're going to join the Metro Cowboy Benny Moore swimming in the water at the curve. There they are. As the Metro Cowboy opens this one up with back-to-back speeders, and his team has a commanding lead because Norman Finer is safely in the lead ahead of his partner Benny Moore. And who will get the next command speeders? It is number 7. He can forget about going to rest. He is trying to reach number 1 in dust. Right now it is Chuck Dixon and number 8, who are battling for dear life all the way in the back of the pack. We passed the 1 minute mark of this exciting race, and these two are getting left behind in the competition as we head back into number 7. That makes 2 in a row, by 2 in a row for the Metro Cowboy Benny Moore and number 7. All speed runners are consecutive so far, as Norman Finer continues to dominate over his partner Benny Moore. I do believe Norman Finer and Benny Moore are going to celebrate an easy victory. Norman Finer's going to head to the wall, and no one's going to catch up to him in a hurry. Back to number 7 we go. That makes 3 speed runners in a row for number 7. And right now, Chuck Dixon is getting left behind in the competition all the way back in the pack. But I don't think he'll get any speed every now and then. Next speed belongs to number 1, who leaves number 8 in us. And it looks like Norman Finer and Benny Moore are both going to rest. But they should still have a commanding lead over Gary Coles, who is in 3rd place at the count 1. As the next speed is made by number 2, who's trying to read the Chao in the dust. And he's with us. So he's better drop down a couple of places to do that now. And right now, number 8 is getting left behind in the competition all the way in the back of the pack. He's getting left behind the competition for sure. And it looks like he is with us. As Benny Moore wraps up the exciting race for the next command speeders, his team's going to get an easy victory. Benny Moore and Norman Finer are our winners. That was a dominating performance by these two teams. What a deal. 3 speeders by Benny Moore and a courage by Norman Finer. Great job. As Chuck Dixon will get the next command speeders, and that is going to do it for this race. Number 8 has no hope for surviving whatsoever as the race comes to a close. Alright, so Benny Moore and Norman Finer end the season with a victory. That's right, and we'll present 2 exciting races in just a little bit, but first let's hear a word from this. Alright folks, these next 2 races are the most important races of the tag team season. Paul, just why. Alright, the first event for race number 1 will feature Vince Nason and Graham Murray against the undefeated Darn Banks and Luke Green, currently sits at 8-0. Yes, this will decide who will have the number 1 seed in the 2018 Tag Team Playoffs in 2 weeks. And coming up in the next segment, we got Garrett Dayton and Efron Kingsley taking on Kyle Leachman and Bobby Kay, also to decide a seed in the 2018 Tag Team Playoffs. But right now, let's take a look at this important race, and it's best left to the 2 teams on the quest for the number 1 seed in this year's playoffs. Everyone is on the clock, and let's have a Chao race! Alright, so we have 2 of the fastest swimmers. Graham Murray, who is at the number 4 position, and Darn Banks, who is at the number 5 position. So whichever team wins this race will have the number 1 seed in the 2018 Tag Team Playoffs, which will occur in 2 weeks from now. And the 4 giant eating through it. There they go, with Darn Banks currently leading over his partner Luke Green. The other team is right on there to catch up to them. As number 7 wins the yawning toss, but that one didn't help a lot at all. He decided to dance to the beat. And there goes Darlings and Luke Green and Glenn Murray. These two Chaos swimming like crazy over the water. As number 2, who wakes up from his nap, takes Beaver's number 2 in his race. And right now, a couple of Silver Chao are also heading for the water and come on. And who will get the next command Beavers? It is going to be none other than number 8 who gets it. Trying to desperately get back in this one. Right now, it is Darl Reddings and Glenn Murray who are battling neck to neck to decide who will have the number 1 seed in the 2018 Tag Team Playoffs at the end of the year. Darl Reddings currently leads over Glenn Murray by a short distance. We passed the 1 minute mark in side race, and who will get the next command Beavers? It is going to be number 2 who gets it. That makes his second Beavers in the race, and look at that. That was a good Beavers right now, and he now dominates over the 4 Silver Chao to come on. Right now, numbers 1 and 7 really need his help. They're both battling for dear life. But it's number 8 who leaves the 2 Chao left behind, takes the next command Beavers. That makes his second Beavers race. Meanwhile, Darl Reddings and Glenn Murray are caught out the wall with Luke Green right on their tail. They're going to reach the top of the wall. Who's going to have the number 1 seed? We'll find out soon enough. Next Beavers belongs to Vince Dayson, of course, it's in 4th place. I think his team is currently in the lead. Yup. Glenn Murray is leading by a short distance over Darl Reddings to the come on. The 2 Chao are going to make that way towards the home stretch. And as number 1 takes the next Beavers, I do believe Glenn Murray is going to be off and running. I think they're going to get the number 1 seed. Yep, they're going to spoil Darl Reddings and Luke Green's undefeated season this week. As Vince Dayson takes his second Beavers race, Vince Dayson and Glenn Murray will kill the number 1 seed in the 2018 Tag Team Playoffs. Darl Reddings and Luke Green, sad to say, will have to settle for first loss of the season, but they'll still settle for the number 2 seed, and they'll still have a chance to win the Tag Team Playoffs. Who knows? Maybe it'll be another rematch at the end of the year. We'll find soon up as number 7 will close on SBS race. Darl Reddings will come in second, followed by Luke Green and happy Vince Dayson. Happy with his own because he and Glenn Murray have the number 1 seed. That's right, but that's okay, Darl Reddings and Luke Green. You'll still have the number 2 seed, and we'll start no sign race in the main event after a word from their sponsor. Alright, so that was an exciting race for Vince Dayson and Glenn Murray. Congratulations on clinching the number 1 seed. And now probably it's time for the other important race of the season. That's right, it's main event time, featuring this week's participants for race number 12 in the main event. The Golden Star Master Garrett Dayton and the Hard-Shaking West Emma Kingsley against Kyle Richmond and Bobby Kay. This will decide who will have the seed in the 2018 playoffs. And this week's main event is presented by our co-executive proud partner, Dunkin' Donuts. Dunkin' Donuts and all of the staff would like to take this opportunity to thank you for donating 50 cents each week as a co-executive proud partner, and looking forward towards the forthcoming season of 2018. Thank you, Dunkin' Donuts, for all your support. And right now, let's send down to the field one more time. Everyone is on the clock, so without further ado, please start the race. Alright, this will decide who will have the final seed in the 2018 playoffs. I think this will decide the number 3 seed in the 2018 playoffs because all of the other teams in contention lost. So this will be the number 3 seed for the winner of this race. The loser will have to wait another season. Right on the 3 Chao are going to eat the food, and there goes Garrett Dayton and F1 Kingsley. They are going to have the upper hand at the current moment. And what will these Chao be doing? It looks like Garrett Dayton's going to be heading for the water, and so is F1 Kingsley. As the first start against Beavers on week 20's main event, presented by our co-executive proud partner Dunkin' Donuts, is number 1. And look at that. I think a couple of Silver Chao are going to rest, so number 1 is going to dominate over the 4 Silver Chao in the current one. And who will get Beavers number 2 of this race? It is going to be number 7 who gets it, who is way behind the competition after taking a rest for a while. I think he needs some more help than that. Right now it is Kyle Richmond who made the pass from Garrett Dayton. He currently leads over the Golden Star Master Garrett Dayton. F1 Kingsley is right on that tail in third place at the come one. Making way towards the top of the hill. As we head back into number 7, who desperately needs the country of every now and then. Now he moves on a couple places thanks to back-to-back Beavers. And right now Bobby Kay really needs to get some help every now and then. And number 7 pauses for one. So he's better drop down back to last place in the current one. That means he's going to need a couple more speed buzz if he wants to get back in this one. And this is one of them making his 3rd consecutive speed buzz in this race. Meanwhile, Kyle Richmond is trying to hold off the Garden Star Master Garrett Dayton and F1 Kingsley up in the front, heading into the wall. As the Bobby Mater, Bobby K will have the next command BUS, trying desperately to catch up number 1 for 4th place. Kyle Richmond, Garrett Dayton, and F1 Kingsley are all climbing up the wall. They all really want to see in the playoffs, but only one of them will get their chance at the 2018 Tag Team title at the end of the season. We'll soon know which one will get that chance at the end of this show. Next just belongs to number 8, who's trying to lead the youngster Chao in the dust, and Bobby K in the dust. Poor number 2 is getting left behind in the competition. He is in last place, fighting for D-Life all the way in the back of the pack, climbing up the wall. And as Bobby K goes rest, the next BS will be made by number 1. That makes his second speed rest to the base. And right now it looks like Kyle Richmond has enough firepower to make the pass from F1 Kingsley and Gary Dayton. Looks like Kyle Richmond and Bobby K are going to have the number 3 seed in the 2018 playoffs. As number 7 takes the next command, making his 4th speed rest race. Kyle Richmond and Bobby K are going to lead Gary Dayton and F1 Kingsley winners for one more year. Kyle Richmond and Bobby K securing the number 3 seed in the 2018 playoffs. As Bobby K having a win on, will get the last US of this race. By the way, looks at it, number 2 can't just forget about this race. And that will conclude this week's main event presented by our closest thinking partner, Dunkin' Donuts. So with that win, it is Kyle Richmond and Bobby K who will have the number 3 seed in the 2018 playoffs. That's right, congratulations to him and Bobby K on a job well done. Alright, so here's the official final tag team standings. As you know, Vince Jason and Graham Murray have the number 1 seed, while Don Wennings and Luke Green have the number 2 seed, both with an 8-1 record. The Kyle Richmond and Bobby K with a win in the preceding main event take the number 3 seed, and who got the number 4 seed? Well, it is our defending champions, Al Heen Jr. and Chris Monarchos, after that wonderful victory over the Licenses of Destiny. So they will have a chance to repeat that title in 2 weeks from now. We'll present the winners of the playoffs in just a little bit, and congratulations to the 14th making it to the playoffs. Back in a bit, do not go away.